Good morning. I'm Crystal with Whole New Perspective. Thank you guys so much for joining me today and welcome in. Now, if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Today, I am going to be participating in Jamie over at Jamie's Country Living, her hashtag Bread 2023 open collaboration. Jamie, thank you so much for inviting me to participate, and I am very excited to do so. So if you haven't gone over to Jamie's channel, please do that. Check out all of the participants in this collaboration. Now, what am I going to be making today as part of this open collaboration? I've decided to go ahead and make my cornbread. What I've done is I made, during my homemade mixes collaboration, I made the Jiffy cornbread mix. Now, I made up several batches of this, and I do like to use this when I am in a hurry. It's really easy to do if you just make them ahead, and you can put them in jars if you'd like. I like to go ahead and just stick them in these bags, and I write down the ingredients on the bags. It just makes it easy. They stand up and they don't take up a lot of space. So that's what I like to do. But again, you can put that in jars. So what I'm going to do today is just make this all from scratch and just show you exactly how easy it is to do. While I'm making this mix, I do have my pan heating up in the oven. So you may want to go ahead and do that as well. And I'm going to be using a small cast iron skillet. You can make this in a double batch if you want to use a larger cast iron skillet. So what this recipe will call for, and again, this is like the Jiffy cornbread mix. That's what this is very similar to. So if you like a sweet cornbread mix, this is perfect for you. Otherwise, you can still make it and just leave the sugar out, okay? So I am going to mix in 2/3 cup of flour. I'm going to mix in 1/3 cup of yellow cornmeal. And then I'm going to mix in my baking powder. This is my DIY baking powder mix. You want a tablespoon of this mix. I usually put a tad more because I also put a little more flour in there. This all-purpose flour is what I have. So then I'll just go ahead and mix it up. I like to go ahead and mix these up. Now, you don't have to do this at this time. You can wait and mix everything together. Then I need to put in some salt. So I'm going to put in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Then what you'll need to do is put in 3 tablespoons of sugar. Now you can put in more than that or you can put in less than that. I like to put in half of that. So this is a tablespoons, 3 tablespoons of sugar. This is 1.5 tablespoons of sugar. So then I'm just going to mix that up. And that's the mix. So if you wanted to, you can go ahead and make a lot of batches of this. This is a small mix, just like the boxes that you would get. So you can go ahead and batch it up. This really would be all of your dry mix. Then you would add your wet mixes. But it also calls for 1/3 cup of milk. And I don't keep any milk. And actually, I'm just getting back from vacation, so I don't have any. I wouldn't have any in there anyway. I do keep long-term storage milk, but I don't want to open that up for 1/3 cup. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my dry mix powder. So I'll put that in now, and I'm going to use a tablespoon. So just 1 tablespoon of this dry mix powder is all that I'll need to add my 1/3 cup of water. So I'm just going to mix this. Now you want to add 1 egg. So this is my egg. And 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I like to use butter, so I'm adding 2 tablespoons of butter. Then I'm just going to go ahead and stir that up. And I'm adding 1/3 cup of water as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and stir this a little bit. Then I'll add my 1/3 cup of water. And the reason I'm adding the 1/3 cup of water again is that I've already added dry milk powder to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and get everything incorporated. And again, I have my cast iron skillet heating up in my oven. And so that's very important for you to do, or it's important when you're making this cornbread to do that. Get it heated up. Now this is going really well. Now, all I'm gonna do now is just take my cast iron skillet out of the oven. Then I'm just going to go ahead and fill it and put it back in the oven. So I'll be right back. I added another teaspoon of water to my mix, but now I'm just going, this pan is pretty hot. What I did not say to do is to make sure that you preheat your oven. I don't think I said that. And I also have my cast iron skillet greased, so you'll probably hear it start to sizzle. It's pretty hot. Then it kind of starts to cook the edges. So then all I'm going to do is go ahead and get this into the oven. Now you're going to want to bake this at 400 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. I usually don't bake anything at 400, I bake at 375. So I'm going to put this in my oven at 375 for 15 to 20 minutes. Ooh. That's my oven letting me know that it is ready. And I will come back once the bread is complete. I let this bake for 17 minutes on a 375 oven. So then it's out. All I like to do is just butter the top. However you like to butter it. This cornbread is still pretty hot, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut it and see what we have here. Doesn't that look delicious? You can add some butter in here, some jelly, some honey, anything you'd like, or you can do just what I'm getting ready to do. And I'm just gonna take a bite of it. This is delicious, delicious, delicious. Again, you can make up the homemade mixes if you'd like. You can have your cornbread in a moment's notice. So thank you so much, Jamie, for inviting me to participate in this hashtag Bread 2023 collaboration. So if you all have not checked her out, I'm gonna leave a link below. Go over and check her out. Everyone that has participated will be in a playlist, and you can find all sorts of breads. I'm so excited to have participated. Again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. Give this video the thumbs up, and I hope you try this Jiffy cornbread mix hack.